take us away.
Oh, you can't say that now. Oh, really? I've got to... Oh. Got to do an introduction now. Bloody hell.
Are we good?
Yeah, I was just about to do it and then you started speaking.
Sorry. Sorry, do continue.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello and welcome all into the MO podcast. As always, you're here with me, Conservation San.
And me, Atreya.
And today you see now, so I did want to talk about something else than the subject that we're going to talk about.
Right.
But it's been debunked, so I couldn't. And I was going to talk about the Dybbuk box.
Uh-huh.
If you know what that is. But literally, the first Google search was like, the guy who created it said it was a lie.
Do you not think maybe he's just said that, though, because he wants to make sure that Zach doesn't make any more money?
No, and you see, and then I read further on and realised that The Hobbit had one, and I was like, oh, I really wish this was real just so I could debunk it. But it's a minibar from New York, the one that Zach has, not a haunted box from Spain. So...
Wow, Zach's going to be devastated. Oh, feels bad, man.
He's been told this categorically. It was
probably after he paid a fortune for it.
Exactly. And apparently Post Malone, if you know who
I do.
that is. Okay,
Unfortunately.
I didn't know who that is. It just looks like some homeless person. But he had a load of misfortune after messing about with Baggins's Dybbuk box.
I think it's his music career that is unfortunate.
Well,
circumstance.
Like,
That's what brings about the unfortunate circumstance, is that his music career needs to just end.
Yeah, well, it could be. I don't know. I've never heard him.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah,
it makes my ears bleed a little bit.
So I don't know. But like a few weeks after he was messing around with it, he was involved in like 3 incidents in a week, and then he was like, "Oh, it must be the Dybbuk box," and it's not. It's just a box. It's a minibar from New York. Why? Like, even when you open it, it's got bottles in it. So why are you thinking like there's a spirit in there? I mean, there's spirits in there, obviously, but not a Jewish.
Not
spirit.
the spooky kind.
Yeah, and as well, apparently anyone that knows anything about Judaism and that knows that Dybbuks just inhabit people, not inanimate objects. A little bit going off on the Ed Warren tangent here, but yeah.
Oh, that's ruined everything for me.
What?
That makes the possession seem so pointless now.
Yeah, it's just a waste of time.
You know what? Well, it wasn't the greatest movie to start with, but now I feel like that's like 2.5 hours of my life I'm never going to get back.
Well, I mean, you've got a lot of lost hours watching Ghost Hunters, haven't you, really? So...
Wow, okay. Ghost Adventures? I don't watch Ghost Hunters anymore.
Okay. Does that Blue Peter woman still do it?
The Blue Peter woman?
Yvette Fielding, weren't she in one of them?
That's Most Haunted. Don't even get me fucking started on Yvette Fielding.
Okay, fine. See. So, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to talk about the shadow people.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, this... If you don't know what they are, then they're basically shadows that you see and you think they're people. So
clues in the title.
Yeah, I mean, the professional witch and psychic Renee Watt says shadow people are a bit of an enigma in the paranormal community. They are often thought of as ghosts or a collection of negative energy. But as is true with most paranormal phenomena, there is no finite answer. Yeah, because it's all made up. So that's probably why that is.
So you're literally talking about something that you think is made up.
No, and well, yes, and the worst thing is I'm actually going to debunk this, so I may as
Oh
well
my
just
god, you're such a
divot
horrible
box.
skeptic.
So I'm so sorry. This. I mean, I could just debunk it now and we'd finish, but then we're going to drag it out a bit. So now,
Wow.
no, I'll be honest with you. I personally have had experiences of this. So when I was, I think about 6 or 7, I was in the kitchen, and where in our house there was a kitchen, the stairs led up, and then there was the landing kind of thing, and I was just walking from the front room into the kitchen, and I saw something out the shadow of my eye, out the corner of my eye, and I said to my mum, I said, "Oh, I've just seen someone walk across," and me and my mum were the only ones in the house, and she went, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I am." Not
Yeah,
even...
but your mum's a believer, isn't she, as well?
Oh, yeah, well...
You would have scared the shit out of her.
Yeah, but she actually thought there was, a murderer, Richard Ramirez upstairs or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she wasn't pleased when it was my imagination as...
Was it, though?
Well, this is the thing, and... Every now and then, I do see something out the corner of my eye, and it's. I know I wouldn't say it's a shadow person, but it's definitely a dark thing in the corner of my eye. And do you know what? I did say this to my mum once, and yeah, every now and then when I'm just turning my head, I just see this dark figure, and she went, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just death." I was like, well, cheers for that, Mum.
Your mum's the absolute best.
I'm 19, but fine.
I wish she was my best friend.
It's all right. He's just checking in on you. I don't want him to.
Always hovering over your shoulder, watching that liver.
That's literally what she said. Yeah, he's always hovering. I was like, great. I'm not going to sleep ever.
Like tapping his fingers together, going, "Mwahaha, soon your liver will belong to me."
Yeah, and then I started reading Terry Pratchett, and now I've just got all caps in my head when I see this shadow thing out the corner of my eye. I'm like, fucking hell.
I love it.
I mean, have you had any experiences like that?
I haven't. I've never had a shadow person experience. I feel like I hate that you're the skeptic and you have all the fucking experiences. I hate this.
I mean, I might just have cataracts. I mean, we don't know what that is.
Or you might be high a lot.
Well, yeah, hungover a lot, I know that much, but...
Well, I'm hungover a lot, but it doesn't make me see shadow people.
You're not drinking the right stuff then, are you, really?
Clearly.
So, yeah. But,
no, but I know, like, I've read a lot of stories about, like, shadow people and stuff, because it kind of merges in with the Grinning Man and, like, Indrid Cold, that kind of stuff. Like, I've heard a lot of, like, the shadow people stories where people have, like, woken up and there's been this shadow, like, standing at the bottom of their bed, and it's just, like, it's faceless, but you can just see, like, grinning teeth, like, it's just smiling and grinning at you. Like, that must be... I feel like I would need a stiff drink after that.
Yeah, so there are a lot of stories, and there is actually a website.
Really?
shadowpeople.dotster.com. But there are a lot of stories on there where you submit your own stories about what you've seen, and it is just about shadow people. They do actually have a section on coping with shadow people, but alas, it's still under construction. So we...
Because no one's figured out how to deal with that kind of trauma yet.
Yeah, we're just clueless. We just put up with them, I think, at the minute.
Keep telling yourself you've got cataracts.
Yeah, just keep saying, yeah, no, it's death, and get on with it that way, kind of thing. But there's a couple of stories on there, and I'm just going to read a couple out now, because copy and paste... I'll drag this out a bit. So
professionalism went out the fucking window weeks ago, didn't it?
Jesus. Well, I mean, I don't even think it got through the front door, to be quite frank. But
Episode 1, that was it.
Yeah, left it in the car. Now someone stole the car and that. Off. So this first one is from a lady, and she says, "My whole life I've had deja vu on a regular basis, and in the past few years, my deja vu has turned into what I call a three-peat deja vu." So they're full of puns over there.
What?
A three-peat, like a repeat, but they have it three times.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Exactly. This is supposed to be a horrific experience, and they're just going, "Oh, you know what? It's great."
Wow.
Just put a joke in there, you know. So yeah, I experienced the same thing 3 times instead of 2. So I've seen the shadow people for as long as I can remember, 3 or 4 times a year, of course. Usually after waking up, and always at night.
Well,
Now,
how a shadow at night?
you see,
Turn your lamps off. You see no shadows, pet.
yeah. So this is where we start to get on a bit of shaky ground with most of these stories. So I'd see a figure standing at the bottom of my bed, sometimes sitting on my bed, looking at me. I used to gasp thinking someone was in my room, and then it just disappeared. I'd shrug it off thinking I was dreaming. But then, a few times, while just laying in bed half asleep, I'd get the feeling someone was watching me. I'd open my eyes and the shadow person was reaching towards me. Then, it disappeared again, as if surprised I could see it. But what really convinced me of the shadow people was when I got a beagle dog 2 years ago. I should have proofread this, I'll be quite frank with you. It's just spiralling. She sleeps in bed with me and is very protective. One night, she growled at the bottom of the bed, and her hair stood straight up. I caught the shadow person out the corner of my eye, then it was gone. My beagle does this on occasion, and even goes to the bottom of the bed and sniffs around. Clean under your fucking bed, love. That's all I'm going to say. I'm convinced she sees it too. A few times, shadow person lingered, but never longer than about 10 seconds. Maybe someday it will show me its true self instead of fading away. But then, do I really want to know? So, it's a little bit of a creative writing course, this website.
It sounds like it.
I'm going to read the second one, but I'm not holding out any expectations, and I really should proofread it before I copy and paste it. But there you go. This is what happens when you're running late. So,
Unorganised, you mean?
When you're me, really. So this is from a young gentleman, and this happened when I was 19 years old. We used to live in a small 2-bedroomed house. Other strange things happened in this house, which not only my family, but guests saw as well. Of course he did. Amityville house, was it? Yeah.
We're Ed and Lorraine there.
Yeah. I mean, he's starting this off big, but I don't think it's gonna. I hope he can nail this, because, however, none were as terrifying as the following encounter with this strange shadow being. It doesn't start well. Being the lazy bum that I usually am on weekends, this one Saturday I was still lying in. Around 10 a.m. I was awake, just laying there, complaining in my mind about all the damn light that came into my room. Yeah, of course, you didn't have the hub on or anything. Which woke me up. Yeah, the big telly. Yeah, 64-inch. Jesus. I'm not gonna
get over yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God, I wish. Jeez, 6.4 would be great.
What would you even do with 64? You have to wrap it around your leg like 200 times.
Use it as a belt. I tell you that. You know. I'd buy big pants just so I could use it as a belt. Oh, this. You want to see my new belt? Well, I'd be in prison quite quickly then, wouldn't I, really?
Yeah.
Especially around schools. But yeah, anyway, moving on. So, I was laying on my back, looking up at the ceiling, when suddenly I felt a strong pressure on my chest. So heavy, this feeling, the atmosphere changed in a matter of seconds. That is terrible fucking grammar there, mate. So heavy was this feeling that the atmosphere changed in a matter of seconds. Fixed it for you. There you go.
All right, grammar police.
I mean, I'm not Wordsworth or anything, but that hurt my eyes reading that. I couldn't breathe right. The air was too thick to breathe and my room was suddenly freezing cold. I tried to get up to get more air. Oh my God. Just do a one course. just get your GED, mate. Like, I failed English. I had to go back to college to get C in English. How bad's that?
And you're kicking off at this guy.
And I know,
bad
and
does it have to
even
be?
this is the thing. God in heaven. Anyway, I think he's American, so I mean, he gets a pass that way. But when I managed to sit up, we love our American listeners, by the way. Howdy.
I love you, Andy.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Oh shit, we actually know one. Fuck,
I think
sorry.
we've only got one American listener, maybe.
It's fine. Yeah. We're not stereotyping all Americans, just this one lazy bum. His own words.
I bet he burns tea for the crack.
God, none of them know how to make it, do they? Tepid water.
Boiling it in a microwave as well. Like, what the actual shit? I know.
Oh, God. Now, I can drink any tea, but I didn't even think that was possible until I stayed over at a friend's house, and I was 13 years old. Like, I've been drinking tea, like, if you're English, you drink tea since you're, like,
Forever,
4 or something. Yeah. And I heard the microwave go, and I was like, "Oh, what's your mum doing? She's making a cup of tea." I was like, I'm
Why
going.
would you even think to do that, though?
Sicko.
Like, that is literally the entire purpose of a kettle's life.
This is the thing. It wasn't like they didn't have a kettle
I don't get it.
or a pan and a stove.
Well, I can't wrap my head around it. I would never think, hey, I need to heat up some water. I'll put a cup of it in the microwave. It just would never enter my head.
It's just the most bizarre thing. And it doesn't even heat it properly because it heats from the outside in.
Yeah, so you'll always get a cold or tepid middle. Oh, that's just rancid. Like, if shadow people don't give you nightmares, put a cup of tea in the microwave. That'll give you nightmares for fucking life.
Indeed. So, next on Kitchen Nightmares. Anyway, where were we? When I managed...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my eyes are bleeding. When I managed to sit up halfway, I became paralysed at the sight of this dark outline of a human man leaning against my door. All cash, like. Hey. I saw it clearly since there was so much light in my room, because obviously it's 10 a.m. Get out of bed, you lazy... Even on my day off, I'm out of bed before 10.
Exactly.
Well, I say out, but I've got the laptop on. But
oh, God, don't.
There was no face or eyes, just dark all over. So, how do you know it was a man?
Yeah.
Or a woman? Or a person?
Or a person?
Yeah, for that matter. It was just a shadow, really. The figure of a male, definitely. Oh, okay, that's the next sentence. Jesus.
Was it from the side and did he have a hard on?
Exactly.
Is that what gave it away?
Was he just swinging it in his hand or something?
Windmilling.
Jesus.
Helicopter.
It stood about 5'8" tall. So, taller than God.
Short bloke, yeah.
Yeah, and his arms were crossed right on his chest, and his right leg was crossed over his left as he leaned against the door.
How can you tell it's a bloke?
What is this?
He's got his legs crossed and his arms crossed. How can you tell it's a bloke then?
All I have in my mind now is a cowboy leaning against the fucking... You know how you see him in cowboy films when they're leaning against the thing when
Proper
a
cash.
dame comes walking over and they've got the hat on and then they go, "Howdy, ma'am."
Yes.
This is what this shadow person must have been. He must have been stuck in the fucking 18 whatevers.
Maybe he was wearing a cowboy hat. Maybe that's how he knew it was a man.
Yeah, definitely, because there was no cow women, were there?
Yeah.
Cow girls, that's something completely different, isn't it?
Oh, God. Easy, tiger.
Yeah, okay. But apparently, he couldn't make out a face or eyes, but I knew it was staring at me. I felt threatened and tried to scream, but no sound came out of my mouth. I tried to move, but it felt as though someone was holding me down. Horrified that I couldn't move or breathe or scream, too many R's, comma, I shut my eyes hard and started to cry.
Wow.
I mean,
just outright wimped out.
Yeah, it's great to show your emotions, but wow. After about 2 minutes, the room temperature went back to normal. I realised I was able to breathe better, so I opened my eyes. The man was gone. So, right.
Sleep paralysis?
This is the thing, right? And a lot of the stories are, it was at night time or it was first thing in the morning kind of thing with these shadow people stories, which, yeah, sleep paralysis.
Well, especially since like a lot of the stories that I've heard are all like people like sitting on, like shadow people sitting on people's chests or trying to choke them or something, which is a common feature in sleep paralysis, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely. You get at the bottom of the bed and then they crawl up you and then you feel a weight pressing down. I mean, and it's, yeah, so these kind of stories seem like it's sleep paralysis or sleep deprivation where he was awake at 10 a.m, but he was complaining that the light was coming in his room, so he's been woken up. He's not had a good enough sleep. Maybe it's been fractured sleep, so it's kind of sleep deprivation there with that.
Yeah.
These kind of stories are a little bit.
But I mean, you've also got like genuine, like it could be a genuine hallucination, like if you've got like mental health problems and things like that, or like side effects of drugs and stuff. So you literally could be actually hallucinating, you know.
So this is it. This is kind of what brings us on to this point, because it has actually. Well, I'm not going to say actually, because let's leave some romance in it. But it's kind of all to do with the left side of your brain, apparently. So there was an article in sciencemag.org that has been subsequently published in Nature about a neurologist called Olaf Blanker of, for some reason, the Brain Mind Institute.
That's
in Lasaran. But what a weird name, the Brain Mind.
Yeah.
Apparently,
pick a side.
Yeah, exactly. When it's published, that was from sciencemag.org. In Nature, apparently, it's the Laboratory of Cognitive Neuroscience. So they dressed it up for that, didn't they?
I was going to say that sounds a bit more pro, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, put a bit of lipstick on that and then threw it out. Jesus. But apparently, this doctor, he found out about shadow people by accident. He was doing a study on epileptic seizures, and he had a young woman with him. She was in her 20s, I think, and he was stimulating the woman's left TPJ, and that's a temporal partial junction.
That sounds rude.
I know, yeah, he was stimulating it, whatever he was doing, dirty boy. But it's located roughly above the left ear. So, whatever. And he was doing everything.
Licking her ear?
Well, he was trying to stimulate other stuff before he started doing this, but he was getting no results from it, and we've all been there, I think.
Maybe you have.
Yeah, I think.
I always get results, bro.
One too many, and it's like, I'll just try something else.
Let's stick an electrode to the top part of her brain. Yeah. See what that does. We'll just roll with it.
Indeed, yeah. I know what I'm going to do next time when I'm off of it. Anyway, so as soon as he started stimulating this, she reported feeling the presence of a mystery person behind her. And it was motionless and speechless, but it was a shadow that actually copied her posture, body posture, and her actions. So she was kind of like laying down on this thing, and she could just sense this presence behind her. It was always at the side and in her peripheral vision kind of thing. So, but when she lay down, the shadow lay beneath her, and when she sat down, she could feel this presence sitting down, and she was participating in a language exercise, and he tried to take the card from her that she had in her hand, the test card apparently, and she was adamant that there was this shadow person. It wasn't a whole person. She couldn't describe it in any way, shape, or form, but it was just this thing that was mimicking her and try to steal a test cards, apparently.
I know I have I know I'm like one of those tinfoil hat people, but you know when you see something that looks like a shadow out of the corner of your eye, and you raise your hand and it raises its hand, and you sit down and it sits down. I feel like that's just your shadow.
Yeah,
Is that outlandish of me?
Not really. We did have this with the Scottish man, didn't we?
Did.
When he lifted his hat off at the same time, and then he went, "Oh, hang on a minute."
After shitting himself and running home, and then getting home and thinking, "Oh, you old fool."
Yeah.
You giddy goat. It was my own shadow.
What are the odds that ghosts wear shadows? But yeah, but it was done under test laboratory conditions. So the guy, Olaf, who was there, and he was just like, "There's no one else here." But she was adamant that there was a being, a presence there, and it's interesting because it's that left side of the brain is also to do with kind of like your sleep and your sleeping patterns as well. So everything is kind of like tying in to just have a bit of a nap, and then you won't see stuff.
Fine.
Yeah.
Or stop letting people hook things up to your brain and stimulate them.
Yeah. I mean, the sad side of the story is I don't think he did anything for her epilepsy.
Wow.
Exactly. Yeah. But he managed to get published in Nature about shadow people. So how does that work out?
My people thinking that shadow people are more interesting.
Well, your people have taken over nature.com, I think. The editor-in-chief must be one of your must go to one of your meetings, I tell you. Jesus.
We have to make our mark somewhere, Aunt. Don't begrudge us this. We're sick of living in trailers and having, antennas, on top and listening in and living in like lead-lined like containers so that the government can't get to us and so that we don't, get COVID from 5G and stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Been pushed to the fringes of society, but now you're making your way back via nature.com.
You better fucking believe it.
But yeah, as well, this kind of the left side of the brain is also a feature of schizophrenia and bipolar, which can cause visionary hallucinations. Mm-hmm. If you've got these mental health issues, I mean, especially with schizophrenia, because you believe there's another person acting, and it's like split personality, although it's not called that anymore, but like split personality disorder, you kind of believe it's someone else that's doing this and it's not really you.
That must be terrifying.
Yeah, because I mean, I wouldn't even know what to do, because you yourself kind of black out and then your other person takes over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they don't do anything nice, like wash the pots or do the hoovering.
Do all the shit you don't want to do during the day.
Yeah, they just fuck your life up, and then you like wake up and you're like, why am I in the police station? What?
Yeah, rather than waking up and looking around your house and it's like Mrs. Hinch's fucking living room. Like, oh, God, this place is spotless. Thanks, other personality. Yeah, that'll be handy.
Would be. Maybe Olaf can try working on that, like harnessing the energy of schizophrenia and bipolar just to make them nice.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like you could have like a Superman Clark Kent kind of alter ego. So whenever you black out, like you turn into this superhuman person who, lifts cars off small children that have been trapped underneath them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing. People can have superhuman strength in need. You've seen like loads of them videos of, guys who just regular guys and they lift buses off people and stuff when like
I have never seen a guy lift a bus off someone. A bus.
Yes. Go on the internet.
What? What's that? Where can I find it? Jesus. What is it? Tinapp.com?
No, it's a thing. It's like, I don't know, like we can tap into these secret abilities. Well, not abilities, but like, if needs must, then we actually can do things that we didn't think possible before. I mean, I'm not talking like we can't suddenly fly if needs must. Like if you forget your parachute and you don't dive out of a plane, you don't just suddenly go, I'll suddenly fly to the ground. I mean like
quick, aren't I?
I mean like, you get super strength and stuff.
Yeah,
Seriously, Google it.
Yeah, no, I have heard stories of mothers and fathers getting getting that kind of strength. But I'm not very paternal or maternal, so I'd be like, oh, fuck it, we can make another one.
Wow. But think of the money you've invested in the first one.
Think of the life insurance.
Well, I mean, I just feel like it's like getting a car and like that's old and knackered and keep putting money into it and repairs, and then it's like that time where it finally dies and you're just like, oh, but I didn't really want to get another one because I've spent so much money on this one. I'll just keep paying into it.
But then you scrap it, so
no, because you get 30 quid for scrap.
You get more for a child, I believe.
Wow.
I know, yeah. We seem to have taken a weird twist.
It's your fault.
You're
the one that's not very maternal.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, I suppose. So, I mean, I'd try, but with my knees and my back, I mean, it wouldn't be very good.
Okay, now you're ready for the knacker yard, you.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind if someone went, you know what? He's under a bus. Can leave him.
Wow. Do you know what it is? I feel like you and Frankie Boyle would be BFFs.
I don't really like him. I think he's very abrasive.
But so are you?
No. I'm lovely.
All right, okay. You're the Sean Locke variety.
Yes, that is what I would say. I am kind of maybe Jack D. I'm just a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Who's not old anymore. No.
I can deal with that one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't have a problem. Like, I don't have a solution to fix things, which is, I think, what Frankie Boyle seems to have in his own head. I just like things being broke so I can moan about them. And then if they fix them, I'm like, fuck, I need to find something else. Yeah. Let's go on a Google search. What's broke? Britain broke.
Oh yeah, we could talk about how broke Britain is for days.
Indeed, yeah.
Tangent alert.
The what?
Tangent alert.
Oh, tangent alert. I genuinely don't know what you said there, that first word. I thought you were speaking Hebrew or something. I was like...
Just randomly.
Yeah.
I've learned this. Duolingo. I've spent a week practicing this. I'm going to throw it in somewhere.
I thought it was more like speaking in tongues. I was just going to fucking phone Ed Warren. Like, jeez. Finally. She's gone.
What you on about? Me and Ed are like on the best terms. He's part of my community. He's in the afterlife.
I'm sure he is with your Ouija board.
We do. Yeah. We talk about, various things on a daily basis. Every time I'm like, I really wish I had a self-school demonologist right now. And then I just ring Ed on the Ouija board.
Oh, don't, because that is, it's not even. God, imagine, like, I don't know the English one, but Dr. Fauci coming on and going, yeah, get a coronavirus vaccine. Like, I'm sorry to fucking go political or whatever, but get a coronavirus vaccine. I'm a self-taught doctor. I mean, 20% of people will go, sounds good, that. But 80% will go, self-taught, what?
How?
The thing is, Ed Warren didn't even have the internet to fucking read off. He read from books. right? So it's not like he had all this information. He must have just gone to a library one day and gone, have you got a book about demonology? And he must have gone, no, it's out. Like, George has got it or whatever. And he went, ghosts? And he went, well, it's a, like, I don't know, Judy Blume book or whatever. He went, yeah, I'll have that. Read it and then went, yeah, self-taught now.
Or it's like one of those, you know, the Dummy's Guide to Everything. The yellow ones.
Yeah,
Dummy's Guide to Demonology.
I'm sure.
Library's always full of stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Do you know what? I bet there is a Dummy's Guide to Demonology. I'm going to Google it right now.
I was going to say, there are 100% there's one about ghosts and paranormal stuff. 100%. There's one about crypto, so there's got to be one about ghosts. This is elusive.
Well, there's one about the Freemasons. Freemasons for Dummies.
Just spat me beer everywhere then.
Sushi for Dummies.
Sushi?
Astronomy. Dungeon Master for Dummies. Doesn't look like they're actually...
Wait, which... Is that like Dungeons and Dragons or
no,
like
there is
S&M?
Demonics for Dummies, the ABCs of Demonology on Amazon, and it's by Doc Zach.
Oh God, what? No, it's not Baggins, is it?
It is spelled Z-A-K, to be fair.
Oh my!
And it's only 99p, or you can get it for free on Kindle Unlimited. So.
Oh, 99p. Might have a look, but I can imagine that'd be a pseudonym that Baggins would use. He's not that bright, is he? Will people not recognise I put Doc in front of it? They'll never know.
Well, there is a one that's £3.5. It's got 4-star reviews, 22 of them. 22 people bought this. Introduction to Demonology, a study of the devil and demons. So,
yeah, fair enough.
So informative and interesting. Great complete review and approach to the topic as a whole. Sharon says, I wanted a book, not a reference guide. Truly a Catholic perspective on demonology. I've been following the topic since 11 years now. Right?
Get a life. Make some friends. 11 years, just demons. Yeah.
8 pages of an overview of demonology. Oh, right, okay. This book was in great condition and is a good read.
There you go. They're the type of reviews you want. No dog ears. Awesome. Would buy again.
No snots sticking pages together.
Yeah, God.
We've all been there with second-hand books.
Yeah, it's true. True.
It's when you roll the dice. You want a book about demonology, you got to roll that dice.
Exactly. You go in Oxfam, you take your chance.
You do.
But yeah, sorry for the massive tangent that we kind of went on there. But yeah, shadow people are kind of just get some sleep. Have you seen? Beings from another. No, mine's death. I've been categorically told that. Jeez,
I'm a ringhead, and I'm going to just double check for you though. To be on the safe side.
The thing is, he won't leave me alone. He's
just pawn him off onto your mum.
Well, yeah. I think she's the one that pawned him off onto me.
The conversations they could have together.
Oh, come on. Oh, God. Oh, that'd be... Oh, it's going to be a...
Can I text
terrible.
your mum? I love her.
Do you know what, right? I'm not going to lie. When you were on holiday and we had that quiet week, I was actually going to do an interview with her. No
way, really?
I was thinking about it. I mean, this was like 4 beers in thinking about it.
Of course you need to do that. Can your mum be a guest speaker? Please. Which carries on.
I will speak to her and see if she'll do it. She's not that. She probably fucking will because she's mad as a box of frogs.
That would be amazing.
But yeah, it's a fine line between having her talking about mental stuff or talking about me when I was young and embarrassing the fuck out of me. So it's like it may need a massive edit, that one.
Well, you edit it, so.
I know, yeah, but then you would have heard it before. So
I can bring it up in every other episode.
yeah.
No, go for it. You have to ask her.
So that's the road we have to travel. But
yes, it is.
But yeah, so that may be an upcoming episode for you. I mean, if anyone wants to hear an interview with my crazy ass mum, then just leave a comment in the chat and like and subscribe as always. It helps the algorithm. Yeah. But yeah, so that was. I mean, I know the disappointment of starting out by going. I was going to do this, but it's been debunked, and then doing the thing and then debunking it in the same thing is bad. But it's
You just have to pick something next week that you can't debunk.
Well, yes, but speaking of next week, it's a special episode.
Is it?
It is, yes. Maybe should have discussed this before, but so next episode is our 50th episode. And yeah, I Jesus, basically,
Really?
It is actually our 50th proper episode. So it'd be the 50th one. Well, it's the 50th podcast. So yeah.
Nice. So we're bringing out the big guns.
Yeah, if you want. Or I was just going to reminisce about all the other previous 49 episodes, but whatever.
Yeah, no, that's good as well. I'm good with that as well.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can talk about the awkwardness between us in the very first episode.
Oh, you know what? I have listened to it since...
I can't bring myself to.
I'm going to have to listen to it again just for this next episode, just to go, what the fuck? Because
you're going to have to clip bits into it as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I might actually. I've still got all the old edits and stuff, so yeah. Okay, so yeah. So that's what we'll do. We'll be doing, it's not going to be anything specific, it's just going to be a little bit of a chat about how the fuck we managed to get here, to be quite honest with you, and just going back looking at some of the episodes that we've done and cringing at them, to be quite frank.
I think that sounds good.
But yeah,
like
so cool. So thank you all so much for joining us. As always, this has been the MO podcast. I've been Consummation Sam.
And I've been Atreya.
Thank you all for joining us, and we shall see you next time.
Bye. The MO podcast. The MO podcast. The MO podcast.